11,000 subscribers. Jenny uncovers China. I worked undercover in a Shein's. I'm guessing that's the cast. Shein's factory village. The truth behind fast fashion.
This is a video about the secret village behind Shein supply chain miracle, a place most people have never seen on YouTube. Local people call it Shein Village because there are hundreds of factories here making clothes for Shein. Back in 2021.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. Shein clothing brand. Oh wait, no, it's right here. My bad. I got a little keyboard for it. Shein official site. New trends in clothing, high quality, free shipping. Shein USA, women's clothing. What the heck is Shein? What the heck is this? I'm getting, you know what, forget it. I guess it's a well-known brand.
Shein was blamed for labor violations in its supply chain.
No duh.
Including excessive working hours, super low pay, harsh working conditions, and even child labor. Shein then...
You know, the thing is, I don't know. When it comes to like child labor, when it comes to like... because each nation will always have its own way of going about things. Okay, so it's Chinese Temu for clothing. Temu for clothing. Okay, got it. So I don't... When it comes to like child labor, I understand that in some places, education is not exactly an option. Is it better to have the child learn a trade and build a career? I don't know. You think there should be a good middle ground where everyone has the potential to make something of themselves? It's not possible, but you would like that kind of mindset. Like in the US, it's like everyone has the potential to do whatever they want. Most people fail at it, but everyone has the potential. So the thing is, it's I don't know, because again, when I remember traveling to Mexico with my family and seeing kids working there who were younger than me when I was a kid when I went, and I was like, huh, I think it'd be nice if I got a job for like 4 hours. And like me and my brothers most started working at like 15 years old when the working age is 18. We all started working at 15 years old or something because there are certain jobs you can pick up at a young age. But the thing is, it's just like, is it good for them to learn a trade? Is it wrong that companies like, I remember Nike was in hot water for having child labor, but Nike contracted their factory out to another nation so that way they could have things made on the cheap so they get more of a profit. Is Nike bad for utilizing that to make profit for themselves, or should they? I don't know. I don't. The thing is, it's a weird area. It's a weird area. I don't believe if the nation can support families without child labor, they shouldn't have child labor. But if it's the only option they have, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, clip it. Yeah, clip it. Share it. Send it everywhere. Because I don't know. Because I think having a job at a young age does build character. Like for me, I had work. My brothers had work. We all have a very high work ethic. We all have no problems doing incredibly long shifts. Like I do a 10-hour work shift and then, well, not this week, but I normally come home after work and then I try to do a 2-hour stream. So I end up having like a close to a 13-hour day. But me and my brothers all have that kind of work ethic. We got it at a young age, and we got it because my father's a hard worker. My mother was a hard worker. But yeah, I mean... I don't know. it's always a weird area because I don't know how other nations do their, I don't know how people get profit. I don't know how people do schooling. I don't know how, I don't know that stuff. I don't know that stuff. So me, it's just like, huh, it sounds good for kids to have some kind of outlet, some kind of earning, but the most of the time they get paid less than an adult, and the money they make goes to the adults in order to pay for living wages.
Promised $15 million to upgrade its extensive supply chain, including facility upgrades and worker support programs. But the criticism Shein faces has been hard to shake off. So I'm here in the village to see if these accusations are true, and if Shein fulfilled its promise or not.
The thing is, if you go down the moral rabbit hole of what's good and bad, the next question arises: by whose standard is it bad to kill people? You have soldiers killing soldiers, and we justify that. Yeah, again, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to deep value people for having kids as child labor, because maybe it's a part of the culture. Why is it my American mindset is able to demean another nation that might rely on that? Some families probably rely on it. Maybe the parents were working in a factory, lost their hands, can no longer work, and it's up to the children to bring food to the table. Who am I to belittle a people because I don't know all the information? That's just how I think. I think it's a good thing for a kid to at least have, you know, most parents try to do chores. Of course, that's not very common in the US anymore, but we had chores, we took up jobs. It's just like, I know where I'm coming at it from, and I never want to put the way I view the world on anyone else. I think that's disrespectful to a people, to be like, you need to be more like America. Well, they would have the mindset of just like, why aren't you more like China? I mean, that would be the same kind of, like, exactly. It's just it's a random circle of nonsense when you start talking like that. So I'm like, I try to not justify it, but I try to be like, maybe it's not a bad thing that kids are working. Clothing is something everyone wants to be affordable, but lots of it's extremely toxic and labor intensive. Yep.
This is also known as Shein Village.
And no one wants to work there.
Yep. On a Saturday morning. A few workers have already started their day. And just in 10 minutes, the streets are packed with people heading to work. If I'm not mistaken, that's about 300,000 people working here every day. Before Shein became the fast fashion giant, this place was already one of the biggest garment hubs in China. People say there are around 5,000 factories here. Over 500 of them are core suppliers for Shein, and another 1,000 smaller workshops acting as their subcontractors. Job ads are everywhere in the village. Here I see a lot from Shein factories, but very few actually list the pay. I met two guys looking for ironing jobs who gave me a rough idea of the working schedules here.
我上一份是之前他累了我就没做了，现在加班12点1点的，1个小时，
加到1点钟。
是啊，你以为之前都是这样子的，就是他累了10点熬不住，11点天天熬夜。
新都见你是从早上几点烫到晚上啊
？有的厂是8点，有的厂是9点，早上9点钟到晚上11点。
加班能有加班工资吗？
你计件的你不知道。计件不存在。
So you get paid per piece.
那你们做大烫一件烫多少钱呀
？3毛钱一件，4毛钱一件，烫1件300-400块钱，只能这样子。反正你来这边做的话，1个月只休息1天。对呀，你想请假都难。
不能请假。
很赶的话呢，他怎么给请假？
Ironing is not easy. You stand all day and have to get every little detail right. That's why they don't usually hire women for it.
What?
This guy told me his coworker started doing this when he was 7 or 8, and has been doing it for 30 years.
我们做这行的就像做工地一样，
哇，这么重，
种不到。
很重，5斤哦。
对呀，你以为啊？
The busiest time for hiring is in the morning, especially for temporary workers. Factories hang their best-selling items right out on the street. People stop to check the work, comparing piece rates. This is how the village supports Shein's small batch quick response production model, which means keep the inventory low. And when something goes viral, factories are pushed to produce more. From design to shelf, it can take as little as 72 hours. This female broker thought I was looking for a job, and now she's taking me to a factory.
几只啊？16只啊？哪有那么少？人工不要了哦，等会人工抓到罚款了。
I guess one thing is pretty clear now. Child labor is forbidden here.
Well, that's good. So just get adults.
哦，有做过吗？赶紧，我带你去试一下工序。
So, sewing test.
确定的话，今天就去看看。
After a quick check, the boss asked if I could start working today. And I met this woman here, who trims loose threads.
电子厂之类的啊，没有记忆厂这么累。说实在的，电子厂。
You know, I know this is supposed to be a hit piece on Shein, but why is it I'm feeling like I want to buy some clothes from there? I'm dead honest. I feel like I need to buy some clothes from there because it's I like this jacket. I like this jacket. This is my kind of jacket. I have one like this. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. More of a pea coat, trench coat type. Beautiful workmanship. Cost way too much. If I could get it for cheap on Shein, maybe I should. I mean, I don't need to add to the problem, but at the same time, me purchasing pays 6 cents for somebody, apparently. Oh my gosh. I hate it. I hate it. I mean, because why am I trying to rationalize this? Why am I trying to rationalize this? It's apparently a problem. I don't know. I don't know how it operates. I mean, I always feel like here in the US, there's always work. It's just there are always those people that believe they're above the work, that in their minds, it's just like field work is works that's only deserving of Mexicans. Only Mexicans should do that work. There are a lot of people like that. So I don't know. I don't know.
比制衣厂还要轻松一点吗？那肯定轻松多了。那些都是固定时间上班下班，这里的是时间真的是做个熬出来的。还有这些我都不。
Yeah, her hidden camera is really high quality.
没办法，我们
More high quality than body cam
这里
footage.
面最厉害的一个月能赚多少钱？
最厉害的，线上做有300多块钱一天，你要手脚多快才能有1万块。
要做多少件才能到300多啊
？600件，而且是基本上那公司是5毛钱一件的，就有300块钱。
好，能到2万吗？
没有，基本上都是6千、7千。
In this village, the salary depends on how complicated the garment is and how fast you are. The rates are transparent, everyone gets the same, but most pieces pay just 3 to 12 cents. Inside one of the factories, I saw Shein's code of conduct. It says suppliers should arrange working hours reasonably and complying with local laws. But people work about 12 to 13 hours a day.
If they're only making a couple cents per piece, again, this is a huge profit for the company. A huge profit for the company. Like, you want to pay, I don't know. Again, would I get mad at night? Like I said, Nike had moved its factories overseas to get more of a profit, and then they were in hot water because it had child laborers in the factory. Well, the factory was no longer in the United States of America. Why would we care? That's the thing. And of course, that's how we ended up with like the the factory meltdown in like India, you know, the railwaymen thing. Because why would the nation who's based in another country care about the nation where their factory is located, other than the fact that they could probably get a profit off of having that factory in a whole nother nation? Like, that's the benefit of doing it that way. You have a factory in a whole nother nation to where you can, well, you rake in a massive profit. You rake in a massive profit, and that is a massive profit gain. Because like, even let me see if I kept the page open. Yeah, I kept the page open. So, I'm just gonna reject all. Hey, stop it! Stop it! Okay, so men's clothing. $6, $2, $8, $12. This one's $6. You know, again, the company's making, well, you got to take into shipping. You got to take like a little bit of extra stuff. So the company probably makes 50% off the profit. The rest goes to shipping. And then a couple pennies go to the person designing it. A couple pennies. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, I would be okay with getting this stuff. I'd be okay. Make money, not friends. That seems like a shirt I'd wear. God has a plan, not so much. Faith over fear. Honestly, I didn't know this place existed. I mean, this isn't a product placement, but right now I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should. Some of the clothes look good. Some of the clothes walk with God. I mean, I don't want to. Maybe once I pass on. Not right now. Not right now. Oh. Yeah, doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. I hate how this is supposed to be a hit piece, and here I am thinking, you know what? Maybe I should buy some clothes here. Maybe I should buy some clothes. There's a cat smoking a cigar. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Why is it I'm enjoying this? Why is it I'm enjoying this?
That's nearly 80 hours a week.
It's not supposed to be a good thing.
Almost double China's 40-hour legal limit. From Shein's perspective, the pay is very competitive. It's more than 40%, even 75% higher than the local average. They emphasized this in a wage investigation published 3 years ago. I'm not sure if those numbers are reliable. But even so, if you don't mention the crazy hours behind that pay, it's hard to say the pay is competitive. So why is everything here paid by piece rate? I got an answer from this factory manager.
To make sure people...
包月的没有。
8个月的，服装厂8个月都包倒闭了，是不是？是。
In this village, piece rate is a must. And that's mainly because Shein squeezes factory profits hard. On Douyin, China's version of TikTok, you'll see many Shein suppliers sharing how hard it is to run a factory. According to this guy who knows a lot of Shein suppliers, they probably only make around 10 to 20% profit from Shein. But for cross-border e-commerce, you need at least 50% to actually make money. Because there are so many risks shipping products overseas, sometimes the shipping cost is more than the products themselves. And behind that, Shein's pricing team plays a big role. They give a suggested selling price for suppliers, and sometimes that price is even lower than the item's cost. According to this factory owner who has been making clothes for Shein for many years, when sales go up, Shein comes back and asks for a lower price. If you say no, a few days later you will see the same thing listed cheaper on the platform. She said, I'm the one sitting on all the inventory. I'm the one rushing to get orders out. I'm already giving them my lowest price, and they even want me to cut it in half. Shein just doesn't leave us any room to make a living.
So there is no profit.
It's almost 9 o'clock. The factories are still full of people. Walking through these factories, I feel a deep sense of struggle. What I see is a massive low-cost labor force that's driving China's manufacturing boom. But I also see the cost. Under weak labor protections, this hyper-competitive work culture takes a toll on people's personal life. Just 2 kilometers away from the village is SHEIN's headquarters. The office staff here follow the so-called 242 rule, meaning they are expected to work at least 242 hours a month. That's basically 8 hours a day if you worked every single day of the month. And last year, the rule changed to 264 hours, just 24 hours shy of China's extreme 996 work culture. A former SHEIN employee wrote on Rednote, a social media platform in China, "I don't expect to get rich working 242 or even 264 hours a month. I wasn't born just to work like an ox or a horse. I'm here to enjoy the world."
Holy.
But for factory workers,
The thing is, like, again, India's like in the perfect place to start doing its own textiles, to start doing its own like it used to back in the day, and start selling it around the world, because China has only a few more years before this will no longer be profitable. Sure, there are some people who grow into it, but the majority of them will be too old and age out in a few years. Like, these companies won't be able to sustain this growth or this movement for long. They just won't. China's big industry and world supplying boom is gonna come to an end, especially now that the population is kind of in a big collapse. It's going through a massive collapse that, guess what? They will no longer be able to supply the world with little gizmos and gadgets, because they will no longer be able to work the force, the same kind of labor force that they had back in the day, because everyone's aged out. Like, there were a few young people there. The rest were all like in their 40s, 50s, 60s. More like 50s, 60s. Like, no kids want to grow up in that. They're on Douyin trying to become streamers. All of them are. And they say China isn't capitalist. They took all those, they took all worse parts of it. All the worst parts of it. Yeah. Again, you can't have a communism or socialism without capitalism. You can't. There has to be capital in order to make those things work.
it's not the hard work that scares them. It's the uncertainty of whether there will be orders tomorrow. That's why some factories make steady work and plenty of orders the main selling point in their job ads. Even though none of those factories here offer contracts.
有签不签无所谓，但是真的有什么纠纷了，打警察，警察还能帮到我们的，不像以前了。
社保肯定没有。
那都没有，就这个的哪里有这东西？什么五险一金，那肯定没有的。
In fact, a lot of factories have closed this year, according to some workers. They're not really sure why, but they guess it might have something to do with the US-China trade tensions and the slowing economy here.
So what I'm hearing is the tariffs worked. That's not a good thing, because so many people lost their livelihoods, but yeah, it's lost a lot of its base.
Like this SHEIN factory, which is almost empty. This woman told me there are not enough orders, and she's anxious about where she will work next.
Oh, I don't know. Should I buy something from SHEIN? I don't know. That video made me think that, you know what? Maybe it's better to buy something from that. I don't think so. Man, I don't think so. But that's the thing. The clothes there was far cheaper than me buying this. This was probably like 4 shirts from Shein. 4 shirts from Shein, and it's probably worse quality. Like, I have a few shirts that I got, or my wife got for me while in India. Top quality. Top quality. Maybe they were from Shein and just resell. But this is like so thin. It's so cheap. I mean, I still like it. It's comfortable. But yeah, it's not the best shirt. It's not the best shirt. But yeah, it's like, I still have it open. It's like, maybe it'd be good. Maybe it'd be good. No, I shouldn't. Oh my gosh.
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait, like that.